Coming up on Tiger News, we take a look from the battlefield to the classroom. See how student veterans enrolled here at the U of M experience daily struggles.
And also, she's making her living in a local media market. Find out how one University of Memphis student is helping local businesses and professionals improve their brands.
Good morning and welcome to Tiger News. I'm Brittany Kuzan.
And I'm Michelle Chambliss. Thank you for joining us. Campus was busier than usual this past week. The University of Memphis hosted one of the largest college research forums. Over 4,000 students and faculty from around the world joined for a national conference for undergraduate research. The NCUR is held annually at different colleges in the country and was created to highlight student studies in the areas of their choice.
So I did research on the psychological variables associated with internet gaming disorder, and I wanted to present my research.
Students were able to put a creative spin on their presentations by showcasing them through visual and performing arts through the various sessions available on campus. The NCUR began.
I really liked looking at all the poster sessions and going to the oral sessions and seeing and hearing everybody's research, as well as going to and listening to all the speakers that they've had here today.
The NCUR began on Tuesday and ended on Saturday with a joint address on civil and human rights. Guest speakers for this segment included Terry Freeman, president of the National Civil Rights Museum, and executive director of the Benjamin L. Hooks Library, Daphne McFerrin. Next year's conference will be held at the University of Central Oklahoma. For any undergraduate student interested in submitting their research, they can visit the UCO website.
If you are an aspiring entrepreneur seeking firsthand insight about starting a business in Memphis, our next Spotlight guest could help you out. This Spotlight highlights Dominique Frost, a U of M grad student with her own media agency. Tiger News reporter Brittany Gathen spoke with the founder of D. Frost & Company about her business and her thoughts about entrepreneurship in Memphis.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of Tiger News, Spotlight Edition. I'm Brittany Gathen, and today I have with me Dominique Frost of D. Frost & Company. Dominique, thank you for joining me today.
You're welcome.
So first, tell me a bit about your business, D. Frost & Company, what it offers, and why you decided to start it.
Well, D. Frost & Company is a powerhouse of several services. Basically, I am an advisor to businesses on how to advertise and where to advertise. Also, I do consulting as well as promotions and online promotions, even event coordinating for my clients. I have a background in promotions, and I've pretty much worked in radio for a long time. And I said to myself, you know what, I can actually capitalize off of my skills, and I wanted to start my own business. So that's how D. Frost & Company came about.
How do you think of Memphis as an environment for entrepreneurs? Do you feel like there are enough resources and opportunities for someone who wants to do what you do and start their own business?
I would say yes. I would say Memphis is a great place of opportunity. A lot of young, ambitious, free will, spirited people. So I would say it's a great place to start, but I would encourage any entrepreneur to outsource and to get out here and go to different cities and to probably network in other areas.
What advice would you give to other aspiring entrepreneurs?
Always be open and willing to take advice from other people. Constructive criticism from an advisor, and also have another business or entrepreneur that you can shadow. If this is something that you want to do and your heart is in it, you're going to make a way to do it.
And that's all we have time for this week's Spotlight. Reporting for Tiger News, this has been Brittany Gathen.
For more information on D. Frost & Company, visit the company's Facebook page. When we come back, hundreds marched downtown last week to commemorate the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. 49 years after his assassination, the impact of his philosophy and words continue to resonate with so many.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. At work or at play, you're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Oh, hey. She's cute. Nice going, man. Things are going great for you. You've earned a night out. Good drinks, good friends. Yeah, we can go ahead and call this a good night. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Not smart. Yeah, I saw that coming. Say goodbye to her. Ouch, that'll hurt your bank account. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. I hope you like eating frozen dinners. Alone. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts?
Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
For some, Easter egg hunting is always a thing to look forward to. However, one campus organization has plans to do just a little bit more. UofM Sustainability Club has teamed up with the Kimmons Wilson School of Hospitality and Resort Management to recover leftover food from their Easter banquet to donate to Hope and Cooperative Memphis. The homeless organization for power and equality is comprised of people who are currently experiencing or having experienced homelessness. You can still volunteer to help by going to the Holiday Inn on Central Avenue at 4 p.m. Easter Day. It was a sight to see last week in Memphis, Tennessee. Memphians and activists from surrounding areas joined in to remember the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Tiger News reporter Journey Taylor has more on how the city where he was assassinated honored him.
Hundreds from around the Mid-South gathered in Memphis, Tennessee last week. The crowd all came to honor one special cause, Martin Luther King Jr. King made his last speech in Memphis to sanitation workers, and some drove 2 hours to honor his last day and dream.
It means a lot to me, for it's me living in the state of Arkansas, knowing that Martin Luther King died on this day at 6 o'clock to push the labor movement, which is what we're pushing right now in Little Rock, Arkansas, which is $15 an hour plus union rights, the same thing that he died for helping in Memphis, Tennessee in '68 when he was pushing for union rights on the sanitation department. So it's very important to spread the information, especially some of the speeches they had led us out of the dark into the light.
The march started in front of Memphis City Hall on North Main Street and traveled a little over a mile south to the Lorraine Motel.
49th anniversary of the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. As you can see behind me, people have gathered here at the Lorraine Motel where he was killed to celebrate and commemorate the life and legacy of MLK and the civil rights movement.
The Lorraine Motel still stands today, and it is now the home of the National Civil Rights Museum. While some have only heard of that terrible day in front of room 306, one marcher was proud to see how many young adults were in the crowd.
I believe at this point in life, I think that they are. They have been raised by numerous people that have lived and gone under a lot of hardships fighting for our causes, and they're learning that if we don't stand up and fight for ourselves, we're probably not going to get heard or have anything done. My theme is that even if you don't win, you should try to fight, and you have the right to exert your rights.
Members and supporters of Fight for 15 movement and Black Lives Matter were amongst the group. A moment of silence was held at 6:01 p.m. Central Time, marking the moment King was shot. Rallies were held in Florida, California, Illinois, and Michigan. The day has also begun a year-long commemoration of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. ahead of the 50th anniversary of his death next year.
The National Civil Rights Museum has asked supporters to take a pledge on its website. Over the course of 50 weeks, it will send 50 achievable actions that realize Dr. King's legacy of peace.
Living a trauma over and over, having nightmares, feeling frightened, and all these symptoms can be a post-traumatic stress disorder. These so-called PTSD, traumatic memories, are then triggered by sights, sounds, or smells. Anyone can develop PTSD at any age, but someone who has never experienced a shocking or dangerous event is more likely to suffer from it. So it is no wonder that soldiers and former GIs are in the risk of facing this mental illness. More than 600 student vets are registered at the University of Memphis. One of them is Brandon Townsend, who has been in the Army for more than 7 years. He suffered from the PTSD as due up to 20% of all from Operation Iraqi Freedom, according to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. There are several
When you come in contact with people and you don't have the right moods and things like that, it can not only affect you, but can affect the people around you. So, again, it's something that, like I said, a lot of people don't know about, and they don't know it when they see it. But the more people are aware of it, they can kind of they'll say, okay, hey, that's it, that's PTSD. This person suffered from that. So now you know how to deal with that person and maybe offer them help or help them out.
There are several organizations on campus that help such people. For example, the Veteran Resources Center. It assists them with the transition from military to civilian life and clarifies that PTSD is not a sign of weakness. For more information, visit the Veterans Resource Center website.
When we come back, it's all about the fans in the stands. See how one local group of supporters puts on for their local soccer team.
And then from this angle, it all makes a star.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore. And frustration, a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy, and giving up impossible.
And then we're going to turn the lights and everybody look up.
I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought.
What's your reaction? Yeah, exactly.
And unconventional methods
Okay, what else?
common.
This is their world.
There's nothing. And then they die. Go ahead, go.
I'm a teacher. I make more.
Please have a seat. I'll be honest. Your resume is not what I'm used to.
I know.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need a hard worker.
Good. I've got 2 part-time jobs and to help my parents pay the bills.
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find, cultivate, and train a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Memphis City Football Club's second season is about to start, and one loyal fan base is back in action to support its team. The Rogue Squadron is a band of avid supporters from the Memphis NPSL team. Members of this group have been following the team since last year's inaugural season, and its founders were inspired by the sport's growing culture in America after the 2010 World Cup. These local fanatics show up to every game waving flags, singing chants, and even use a drum line.
As far as Rogue Squadron goes, we had a great time, and we just want to build and grow, and little bit by little bit. It's a grassroots effort, and we want to just continue to grow this year.
These fans not only show their love from the stands, but also fundraise for the team and promote their upcoming games. Good night.